We're gonna win this war.
I have knowledge.
Welcome to Screen Recaps, and today we are going to be recapping the movie Arrowhead. At a space mining facility where prisoners toil, a crushing machine malfunctions. The only person capable of fixing it is Kai, a former pilot. He's granted permission to repair the machine. During this, a new prisoner arrives, prompting a convict to attack a guard. In response, the convict is swiftly sent to the malfunctioning crushing machine. The new prisoner signals to the other inmates, leading to a brawl with the guards. Amidst the chaos, Kai struggles to deactivate the machine, but his chain gets snagged in the machinery, pulling him towards its blades. Acting swiftly, he grabs a weapon from a fallen guard, shoots off his own leg to free himself, shuts down the machine, and then loses consciousness. Kai wakes up in the ship's cabin where a cybernetic prosthesis is being fitted onto him. Tobias, claiming to be a friend of Kai's father, removes the gag from Kai's face, allowing him to speak. Hatch, a key figure, reveals that winning the war hinges on acquiring secret information aboard a ship departing the next day. Kai's father is held captive and faces imminent execution. Once Kai retrieves the data, Hatch promises to aid in rescuing his father. As a parting gesture, Hatch reveals the ship's name, Arrowhead, and wishes Kai luck. Later, Kai finds himself on the ship and immediately contacts Hatch after emerging from cryosleep. He begins copying the secret data from the ship's system. Hatch warns of an impending storm and urges Kai to transmit the data immediately to prevent loss. Kai presses send, but the connection abruptly cuts off, and the ship's systems start ejecting cryosleep capsules. Hatch's shuttle departs, leaving Kai stranded on the failing vessel. Kai is awakened by the ship's AI, Reef, advising him of the hazardous external environment and suggesting he locate an alternative oxygen source. Suddenly, he receives a communication from Oleander, who instructs Kai to head to the crash site for pickup in a rescue capsule. On his way, Kai discovers another capsule with a living girl inside, unaware that someone else is dragging a dead body into a nearby cave. The girl, Taryn, wakes up and questions Kai's presence since he isn't a registered passenger. After passing identification checks, AI recognizes her as the biologist. Taryn urges Kai to hurry as per protocol, fearing the capsules will soon depart. Kai informs Hatch that the data is secure and catches up with Taryn. She reveals they are on a moon, not a planet. They stumble upon a research probe that puzzles Taryn, appearing aged despite being launched hours ago. Spotting the downed shuttle, Kai notices an unusual stone nearby and senses they may not be rescued. Back in his module, Kai watches a recording where Hatch confesses to various crimes, including sabotaging scientific missions involved in creating a new prison. At that moment, another message about evacuation from the planet in 30 minutes comes in. Kai catches up with Taryn, shedding his uniform, but the capsules fly away without waiting for them. In despair, the girl waves at the fleeing capsules and doesn't notice. As Kai disappears into one of the caves, she manages to grab his hand, but something strong pulls him inside. Picking up the remaining personal wrist computer of Kai, the girl returns to the module, but there is very little oxygen left. Suddenly, Kai's wrist computer activates and Taryn goes to the site of his disappearance. Finding Kai's body but with 2 intact legs, the girl carries him back to the module, where it turns out that he is immune to the toxicity of the air. Soon Kai regains consciousness. He doesn't understand what happened to him, but he feels great. Taryn hypothesizes that they are not alone on the planet, and the pair head to the previously noticed stone inside which they find Oleander's body and carry it to the module. Kai insists on trying to catch up with Hatch's shuttle, deciding to leave Oleander here as taking an extra person would mean they definitely won't have enough air. While the pair argue, Oleander regains consciousness and in his delirium begs to find and destroy a certain heart. Then he grabs a weapon. Kai tries to take it away. A shot sounds. Kai screams in despair, and someone's terrible roar echoes in response. Taryn dies for an unknown reason. The next moment, Kai's body begins to contort in a fit of unbearable pain, and he loses consciousness. In the morning, he wakes up on the sand and finds only the sun-bleached bones of Oleander and Taryn. Kai returns to the ship, where the AI informs him that he has been off the ship for 34 days, and there are 42 days left until his release from prison confinement. When Kai was not there, Oleander, who died a few days ago, approached the shuttle. Then Kai begins to explore the planet and finds a cave with human footprints leading into it. But he does not dare to enter. He collects spare parts from the crashed capsules and upgrades the AI while watching old cartoons to distract himself from what's happening. But one night, Kai wakes up to strange sounds outside, and then his body begins to undergo mutations, which the AI records, and asks Kai to leave because he is putting the shuttle at risk. Kai runs outside, where he again hears someone's roar and then sees a terrible monster. But after running away from the monster, he suddenly begins to mutate into a similar creature. In the morning, he comes to his senses on the sand. He returns to the shuttle, not understanding what is happening to him, and asks the AI to cut the parasite out of him. In despair, he convinces himself that he must repair this module by the day of his release. But then, the AI reminds him that they already celebrated that day 2 days ago. Not understanding, Kai goes outside and falls to the ground. 3 years later, Kai undergoes constant mutations. His body more often turns into an unknown creature, and a clear decrease in IQ is observed. One day, Kai runs outside, although the AI reminds him that he should not violate the regime. He runs through the unknown planet at night for no reason and sees countless fireflies rising above the surface. But then Kai's IQ stabilizes. He realizes that running through an unknown planet populated by monsters at night is a bad idea, and returns to the shuttle. Nearby the shuttle, Kai notices human footprints, and then the AI reports that Terran's identification pass was taken. The AI believes that Oleander and Kai were subjected to the same infection, which later led to mutation. Only in Oleander's case, the symbiosis was complete. If the AI had obtained a skin sample from the beast, it would have tried to help Kai fight the changes happening to him. The AI believes that death is now part of his life cycle, and if Kai wants to change, he will have to sacrifice this body. 3 years ago, he killed Oleander, but somehow his body was recreated. It is quite possible that Kai will also be able to return in a new body after the death of this one. But Kai refuses to kill himself because of new tracks that supposedly belong to Oleander. In the morning, the man goes hunting, but upon seeing the creature, he cannot bring himself to shoot. At night, Kai sets a trap near the ship, hoping that the monster will come by itself. Seeing a suitable creature approaching, he kills it immediately. From afar, a terrible roar is heard. Later, Kai and the AI analyze the samples obtained and conclude that the monster of this planet recreates deceased offspring. After the death of the first sample, the monster constantly clones new, increasingly mutated humans better adapted to life on this planet. The AI suggests watching the recording of the night when Terran died. That night, Oleander and the first body of Kai died, not the girl. At that time, Oleander insisted that they find and destroy a certain heart. So that's exactly what they need to do. The next day, Kai modifies the AI, taking a levitator from an old probe, which allows it to move and show the direction where the girl went. Kai and the AI set off and soon reach the cave where they detect strong electromagnetic radiation. But as the drone's screen lights up, a monster jumps out of the depths and attacks Kai, who manages to sacrifice an arm. While the monster clutches it, Kai reaches for an axe and kills the creature. Then Kai goes deeper into the cave and finds the shimmering bodies of Oleander and himself. He frees Oleander's body from its agony, thus breaking its symbiosis with the monster, but he cannot do the same with himself. Then he sees his prosthesis once made for him by Hatch and takes that with him. He and the AI follow the tracks and soon find the spot from where Terran's rescue capsule launched. The girl survived. He examines his prosthesis and finds an impulse grenade hidden in it. Then rescue capsules begin to fall from the sky, launched from the same place 3 years ago. It seems they were shot down, as he has seen them hanging in the sky all these years. Then the AI reveals data on the program of a new prison, meant to be the prototype of the future prison. Scientists learned to stretch time and proposed creating an institution where time would flow faster than in the outer world. This would allow for long-term correction of prisoners in a matter of seconds. At this time, a ship lands on the planet, and Hatch and his assistant disembark. He explains that he was in orbit for just a couple of minutes when he received Kai's message and descended after him. Judging by the speed of transmission, there is a time difference measured in years. While Kai spent 3 years learning to breathe the local air, only 20 minutes passed for Hatch, and now he wants the information Kai stole for him at the beginning of the film. But Kai refuses to hand over the data, and Hatch strikes him. The man regains consciousness only to hear Hatch's voice lamenting his stubbornness. However, Hatch has one weakness he can exploit, and Hatch shows Taran tied up. But Kai has already seen the true nature of Hatch, who is not stopped by the blood of the innocent, and refuses to share the information. After threats to kill the girl, Kai admits that all the data is stored in the research probe outside the ship. Hatch goes for the data, ordering his assistant to deal with the couple. The man pulls off the girl's breathing mask in anger. Kai's body begins to mutate. Meanwhile, Hatch finds the probe, presses the data transfer button, and remotely activates the bomb in Kai's shuttle. Suddenly, the transfer stops. Hatch leans over to see what's wrong and gets an explosion in the face. Kai transforms into a monster, kills Hatch's assistant, and approaches Taran. The AI calls out to Kai, asking him to come outside. The beast breaks out of the ship. Taran starts talking to him, reminding him that he is human and can control himself. The man calms down and returns to his human form, but then, injured but alive, Hatch appears from behind a hill. He is convinced that this place should not fall into others' hands and shoots at Kai. However, Kai's body absorbs the bullets, and a tentacle emerges from his back, killing the enemy. Taran is frightened, but sees that Kai is aware of what he is doing. Later, seizing the broken but functional AI, the couple heads to Hatch's shuttle, as they now have to become survivors, not only for Kai's father, but also for all those in need.
I thought I was